Good morning everyone, and welcome to our Yin Yoga session today. In today's practice we're going to focus on the three lower chakras, mainly bringing a special attention on the Sacral Chakra. So with this practice we're going to learn how to master and to process our emotions, and we're going to learn how to harness and to develop our creative energy, as the center, the Sacral Chakra, is all about creativity, sensuality and processing our emotions. It's a very tender, sweet energy point. It's in a session, so we're going to take this practice very slowly with a nice pace, and we're going to really ground into the posture so we can aim at the stretching the fascia. So let's take it slow, let's take it easy, and let's start with this Yin Yoga session today. So we're just going to start laying down on our back. And we also have some pillows and props that we can use for this practice. And we can start by placing the pillow underneath the lower back if needed. We're just going to bring the soles of the feet together, the left hand on the lower abdomen and the right on the chest. We also want the elbows to rest nicely beside the body. From here, we're just going to drop into the practice, into the posture, and we're going to start to connect with the breath. Inhaling through the nostrils and sending the breath all the way down to the pelvis, and exhaling through the nostril. From here, just paying attention on the pose, on the posture, and making proper adjustments so that we feel grounded and safe and comfortable in this starting posture. Perhaps you want to bring the chin slightly in towards the chest. Just feel this point of contact with the feet, with the soles of the feet. And just focusing on the left hand, just below your belly button. Noticing the hand rising and lowering down on each breath in and out. Starting to bring presence, to connect with the breath. Just observe the quality of the breath. See if you can identify any tension in the body. See if you can notice any thought pattern. Witness what's happening in your surroundings. Just keep focusing on your breath, on your presence, on your body. Leaving everything from the external to the external. Just a few more rounds of breath here. Connecting with the feminine energy of this Yin Yoga, of this Yin session. To the passive energy, into the moon energy. Just going to take another deep long breath in through the nose, sending the breath all the way down to the pelvis. And exhale completely. Gently releasing the hands alongside the body. And we're just going to stretch the legs just for a moment. You can still keep the pillow underneath the coccyx, or if you want, you can adjust it just underneath your heels, just to allow the circulation to flow. Relaxing the hands onto the mat with the palms facing up. Keep that chin still lower towards the chest. And we're just going to rest here with a few more breaths. And we're going to bring the focus and the awareness on the sacral chakra. Just keep sending the breath all the way down to the pelvis, below the belly button. Breathe through this energy point. Imagining this bright orange color. Around the area of the lower abdomen, connecting to your creativity. We're going to take another deep long breath in through the nostrils here. And we exhale out, and we're just going to bring the knees towards the chest. So give yourself a nice hug. You can hold opposite elbows if needed, or if at this time of the practice the grip is not available, you could just hold onto opposite wrists. And just stay here for a moment with another few rounds of breaths, inhaling and exhaling. Perhaps you feel the abdomen onto your thighs. So really focus on inflating the lower belly and deflating on each exhalation. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the knees even closer to the armpits, just enough to have the grip to the outside of the feet, and we're just going to gently bring in the feet facing up towards the sky. Gently adjust through the chin by bringing lower down to the chest. Keep the eyes closed and the face nicely relaxed. Keep sending the knees to the armpits. Keep sending the lower back, the coccyx, down to the mat. Feeling a nice flat back onto the earth. Diving deep into the posture. Diving deep into our in. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Starting to experience the stretch into the fascia. Noticing the back of your thighs stretching. And keep your awareness at the sacral chakra below the navel. Keep breathing through this energy center. And in order to find a deeper stretch, we want to feel safe into the pose. We want to feel comfortable and grounded. Just a few more rounds of breaths here. Take a deep long breath in. And on the exhale, gently releasing the grip from your feet. Lower down the soles of the feet onto the ground just for a moment. Feel the contact with the earth, and just for a moment relaxing the hands alongside the body with the palms facing up. Taking a deep long breath in and out through the nose, preparing to move into the next pose. We're going to take a deep long breath in, and we're placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. We want to make sure it's the ankle and not the foot, as we don't want to break that line of the foot. So we want the foot to be nice and relaxed. And from here you can stay here, or you can rise a few inches off the floor, the left foot, or if you want to deepen up with a stretch, you can just hold on the creases of the knee, of the left knee, or hold onto the back of the thigh, and just keep starting to send the left knee onto the chest. Just going to breathe here through this figure of 4, with the main focus on the hips area. The hips area, it's very specific point where we store our emotions. So really have the intention of releasing and letting go of whatever doesn't serve you. Breathing into the stretch. Every time we step into a new posture or pose, we want to get into the pose. We want to adjust with the breath. We want to feel safe and grounded. And then the deep stretch starts. Take a deep long breath in, bringing the knees slightly towards the chest, and exhale, releasing down. Gently release the right leg. Perhaps you want to stretch it slightly down onto the mat, and then place back both feet, soles of the feet onto the ground. We're just going to change side. We're going to work with the left side now, bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee, and you can stay here with this figure of 4 with the arms alongside the body, or you can interlace your fingers and just hold the back of your right thigh. Keep sending the left knee out. Long deep breath in and out. Working on the left side now. Inhaling and exhaling. Breath here. Next inhale, bring and take the right knee towards the chest, and on the exhale we relax down. And once more, gently stretching the left leg down onto the mat just for a moment, and then both soles of the feet onto the ground. We're going to bring both knees to the chest, holding on the creases of the knees. We're just going to roll a few times back and forward, and we adjust through our tabletop position. So very gently placing the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Pushing the mat all the way down, pulling the navel in towards the spine, gazing between your hands. Just imagine you have a beautiful flat back, straight line from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. And from here we're going to take a deep long breath in, and on the exhale we're stepping forward with the right foot, and we're stepping into our dragon pose. So very gently adjust through the back leg that's stretched. behind. And we want to be soft on the knee. We don't want to press too much on the knee, on the floor, on the mat with the left knee. So really shift the weight forward slightly. And you can stay here, enjoying this stretch in the inner thigh of your right leg. If you want to deepen up the stretch, you can just gently placing the forearms onto the pillow and leaning even further forward with the upper body. So we want to really once more feel safe and grounded into the pose. We want to find that sweet spot where we feel comfortable, but also we're working on our deep stretch. Let's bring our awareness again once more onto the sacral chakra, just below the belly button. Just a few more rounds of breath, inhaling and exhale. The next inhale, gently pushing yourself up. So let's keep the left hand onto the mat, pushing the mat down. Let's bring the right hand onto the right knee. And instead of thinking about pushing the knee out, we want to think about lengthening through the spine forward and then twisting through the spine. It's a full stretch for the back, for the spine. Still working on the hip flexors of the left leg that's extended to the back. Stay connected to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale here, and on the exhale, gently come back to the center with the upper body. Gently shift your weight and your come back to the center. And we're gently moving the right foot towards the left side of the mat onto the edge, and we're adjusting through a sleeping swan. So once more, let's have that back leg nice and stretched, and you can stay here open through the chest, or you can lean forward with the forearms onto the pillow. If you want to deepen up that stretch, you can also rest the forehead onto the pillow or onto the hands. And this is a beautiful posture for the outer side of the glutes. Let's take a long breath in, rising up through the chest, and on the exhale, pushing the mat down through your hands. Perhaps you want to curl the toes behind just to have enough space to come back to your tabletop, and repeat everything onto the left side. So let's find our tabletop, pushing the hands down onto the earth, gazing between the hands, taking a deep long breath in here, and on the exhale we're stepping forward with the left foot just outside of the left hand. Adjust through the back leg, stretching the toes to the back, shifting slightly the weight forward so we don't have pressure on the knee, the right knee. Are we staying here, breathing through the inner thighs, the hip flexors. Keep sending that breath all the way down to the pelvis. The main focus and the awareness on the sacral chakra. Stay here, or you can deepen up the stretch going onto your forearms, onto the pillow. Just adjust through this posture, and we want to make sure that we're feeling nice, grounded and safe. We don't want to feel any discomforts or feel too much efforts. Once again, finding that sweet spot where we still feel the work, we're still working, but we're also enjoying and feeling comfortable. Take a deep long breath in, and on the exhale, adjust through the right hand onto the earth, placing the left hand onto the left knee. We're just going for our twist. So lengthening forward and up towards the sky through the spine, and then on the exhale we want to twist to the side. And the focus is mainly on the twist rather than the push of the knee out. Inhale, and on the exhale gently come back to the center, and from here we're just walking the left foot towards the right side of the mat, towards the edge, and we're adjusting through our sleeping swan once more, stretching the left leg to the back, and just leaning forward onto a pillow. Breathing in and out through the nostrils, sending the breath all the way down to the pelvis. More rounds of breath here, and have the intention again to release and to let go of unprocessed emotions, anything you might be storing into the hips area, bringing balance into the sacral chakra. Let's take a deep long breath in, and on the exhale come back to the center, lifting the chest up, curling the toes of the right foot, and once more coming into a tabletop just for a moment here. We're going to breathe through our cat-cow stretch a few times, dropping the belly down to the mat, tilting the tailbone up towards the sky, opening through the chest, gazing up at the ceiling on the inhale, and on the exhale reversing the stretch, curving the spine, gazing down at the belly button. And we're just going to repeat 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Come back to neutral spine and gently stepping into our butterfly. So we're sitting onto the center, the soles of the feet together, and once more you can adjust through the pillow. You can place the pillow just underneath your feet. You can interlace the fingers and just support and grab onto your feet with your hands, dropping the knees down to the floor, taking a deep long breath in, rising up nice and tall through the spine, and on the exhale we're going to lean forward from the heart. So we want to hinge forward from the hips rather than curving the spine, and it doesn't matter how low you go. Once again, we want to find that sweet spot where we're working through the stretch, but we're also feeling comfortable. Holding, beautiful passive butterfly pose. Keep relaxing through the pelvis, keep breathing through the pelvis, sending the breath all the way down, breathing through the lower abdomen, inhaling and exhaling, just leaving everything on the outside to the outside, focusing on your breath, bringing presence in every time you feel distracted. Let's see if on each exhale we can lean forward just a tiny little bit. Breathing in and out, stretching, leaning forward. Adjust through the chin. So we want to have a nice, beautiful space behind the neck. Just keep relaxing the pelvic floor muscles, the pelvis. It's a beautiful stretch on the lower back as well. Take a deep, long breath in, and on the exhale, gently bring the chest up. Are we going to come for our final posture for our Shavasana, our resting pose? So let's come lying down on our back once more. And you can place the pillow again either underneath, under the buttocks or the lower back, or on your feet. You can stretch your legs forward, or you can come to your initial posture with the soles of the feet together. See what's working for you at this time of the practice. I'm just going to stay here for a few rounds of breath for final resting pose. Releasing and relaxing our entire body, the nervous system, here. If you're having the soles of the feet together, gently stretching the legs all the way down, all the way forward. Just going to wiggle your toes and the fingers, rotating wrists and ankles. Moving your head side to side. Very gently getting back to our senses. Inhaling, stretching the arms above the head, pointing and flexing the feet. And on the exhale, bringing the knees to the chest once more. And from here, on the next inhale, just going to drop very gently onto the right side of the body. And on the exhale, very gently, we're going to push ourselves up with the legs crossed in our seated position. We're just going to prepare to conclude our practice today by chanting Om. So let's bring the palms of the hands together, preparing to conclude this in session by chanting Om for 3 times and Shanti for 3 times. Let's take a deep long breath in through the nose. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And for a beautiful day ahead, with a nice and balanced sacral chakra, from my heart to yours. Namaste.